Vice President Kamala Harris faced former President Donald Trump in that first debate. And joining us this morning with some of the post-debate feedback is New York Times best-selling author, political commentator, and radio talk show host Clay Kane. Good morning, man.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, thank you so much. So, Clay, the entire media world is buzzing this morning with the commentary on Harris and Trump debate last night. What was your first takeaway on what we all watched?
So let me say this. I've been covering politics for years, and I know pundits say debates don't have an impact. But if debates matter in any way, Trump officially lost the election last night. Kamala Harris delivered the best debate performance I've seen in televised history. I've never seen someone get mollywopped the way Trump did last night. From the minute she walked on the stage and shook his hand, when he didn't want to shake her hand, Trump was psychopathic. He was unpatriotic. He was a low-budget 1980s mafia boss on his last leg. From a history perspective, this debate is going to be studied. And I'm not saying the election is over. We have work to do. We got to register to vote. But Kamala Harris last night, categorically, was a winner.
And Clay, I want to jump on that, what you just mentioned about, because I was saying that as well, that when she first walked out, I think that was a mental power move. They have another word for it, a mind blank. But I think that what she did was she established the fact that she's not intimidated by him. She entered into his personal space the same way that he did with Hillary Clinton, famously. And she introduced herself. Because he'd been saying for the last few weeks, nobody knows who she is. Nobody knows who she is. And I think that was a move on her part. Yeah, basically. I'm glad you said that and not me.
Yo, it was masterful.
And it was calculated.
It was calculated. And that's what you got to do with Trump. And did you notice that he never even looked into the camera, not once. He never even looked at her, not once. He never talked to the American people. He had no plan. It was the way, every way that she executed that debate, it was just flawless. And I got to say this really quickly. The best part for me, honestly, was she finally prosecuted the case on Trump and the economy. Democrats have failed to break down how it was Trump that ruined the economy. Trump destroyed America's economy faster than he ruined Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I was born in Atlantic City. Trump ruined the economy in one term. It took President Bush 2 terms to ruin the economy. But Kamala Harris finally broke that down. Inflation, it's because of Trump. Price gouging because of Trump. She laid down the law every step of the way. I'm telling you, this is going to go down in history. And she exceeded my expectations. And sadly, we all know this, the bar was higher for her. And she came in and she showed up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they need to debate. This is just my personal opinion. I don't think she needs to debate him again. What are your thoughts?
Oh, I agree with you. I think that she's shown that she is a leader. And I got to also say this, too, just respectfully. It was so great to finally see Trump get fact-checked by somebody. Shout out to Linsey Davis. The minute I saw her rocking those shoulder pads, I knew she came in for business. I knew that she was not going to have any nonsense. Baby, I ain't seen shoulder pads like that since VR and the Golden Girls. Linsey Davis, baby girl, thank you. Linsey,
so Clay, I have
thank you.
That's crazy. Clay, I have a question as well. Kamala Harris mentioned during the debate about how she has the support of 200 Republicans, many former Republicans that worked for Trump. What are you hearing the Republicans are saying about Donald Trump's performance last night? Because I'm sure they're concerned as well.
Yeah, they are concerned. This is a really good point. I mean, Trump, I don't know if you saw this. You didn't miss anything. Trump was on Fox News this morning having a neurological breakdown. Listen, even people like Lindsey Graham, South Carolina senator, they have to all concede that he was a complete disaster. I think Trump is shaking in his boots. I think that it's clear that he is weak, he is feeble, he is unhinged. I mean, some of the talking points, the narrative, the racist narrative about eating cats and dogs, bringing up the Central Park Five. Can we just look at that for a minute? He is still saying the Central Park Five is guilty in 2024. How can to be frank, any black person in America stand by this man who is making disgusting comments about the wrongfully convicted? So I'm hearing from the GOP that they're worried he was a failure. But if I can also add really quick, Sexy Red, Waka Flocka, Amber Rose, all the clowns who have lined up to embarrass themselves for Trump, who won't even know your names when your careers fade. It's time to get some common sense. Stop spreading misinformation and embarrassing yourself for a man who couldn't care less about you or the communities you claim to represent.
Wow.
You said that.
Wow. Can you add anything? Because I can go all day on this. I just
Lindsey Graham, Senator Lindsey Graham, he gives a brutal one-word take on the Trump debate performance as a disaster. Michael Steele said that he was a PO'd bigot on the stage with a woman that he can't control. The Drudge Report declared this may be the end for Trump after this debate with Kamala Harris. Dan Abrams, when you're complaining about the refs, Trump, you know you're in trouble. I mean, he has been, this thing has been.
To the point where he was in the spin room himself.
Yeah,
Yes.
Even Fox News, Britt Hume said Trump has a bad night. Harris debated him successfully. I mean,
I also think that
lambasted.
I also think that it's very obvious that the narcissism kicked in because there's no way that Republicans in his camp could have prepared him for that debate and him not do what he was told to do. I feel like he totally went off script and it was all about himself, and it was pretty obvious. So it's mind-blowing to me how people still feel so confident supporting him, especially after last night's debate performance.
But let's just say, vote for who you want to vote for.
Yeah, sure enough, if that's the case. But I got to also say, the moment that HBCU grad did the shots fired, when she insulted his rallies, y'all, I stood up in my apartment and I said, you got him. Because he's a narcissist. He doesn't care about policies. He doesn't care about price gouging. He doesn't care about healthcare infrastructure. When she insulted his precious rallies, unhinged Trump was unlocked. And I got to say this, he just didn't know how to deal with a successful, brilliant, experienced black woman Howard University grad. And the way she also handled the disgusting comments he's made about racial identity. A man who lied, according to his own book, and said he was Swedish because he wanted to be able to rent to people who were Jewish versus saying was German. It was great the way she handled that. I am so proud of Vice President Kamala Harris. And thank you, Rickey Smiley, for the amazing interview you did with her. I think, listen, we got to do the work. We got to be aware. There will always be outliers. Right. There will always be people who fall for the foolishness. But we saw who the president should be.
Absolutely. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Clay Kane, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Thank you, Clay.